Hi, welcome to our presentation. Our paper is After Violation but Before Section, Understanding Volunteer Moderators Profiling Processes Toward Violators in Live Streaming Communities. Online abuse is a severe and pervasive problem for many online communities. Live streaming communities also suffer from this. This is a screenshot of the live streaming interface. The streamer is broadcasting and the viewers are commenting in the chat room. Here we talked about content moderation. We refer to the moderation of the chat room, not the streaming video. On the right side is an example of a moderated message on Twitch. The moderator just deleted this message and tried to reply and explain why this message was deleted. Twitch is a global leading live streaming platform with many streaming categories. It is interesting from a moderation perspective because the users develop and maintain their own communities. According to the moderation sequence, most of prior work investigates the prevention of violation, the sanction mechanism, and the impact of sanction on users. There is a lack of understanding of what happens after the violation but before a sanction, a small gap in our understanding of the moderation sequence. We use the criminal profiling as a lens to explore their decision-making process. Criminal profiling is the process to gather information at the scene of the crime and from the victims and witnesses to construct a biographical sketch of the criminal. The goal is to understand offenders' characteristics to either narrow down the field of potential suspects or predict the offenders' behaviors to avoid similar crimes happening in the future. In line with the definition of criminal profiling and applying it to the live streaming communities, we ask the following questions. What kind of evidence do mods collect to profile violators? How do mods collect those types of evidence? What are the types of violators that mods perceive? Since the profiling process happened behind the screen, we chose the observation plus interview to explore the research questions. We recruited 19 participants in 3 ways, with 2 options for participants to participate. We provided the interview-only option because some moderators felt uncomfortable to record video but would like to share some screenshots or video clips during the interview. We finally have 10 participants for observation first, plus a following interview, and 9 participants for interview only. We ran a pilot study first. 3 researchers interviewed the moderators in our team to test the flow of the interview protocol and the length of the video for observation. Then we started the data collection. All the participants were encouraged to share the 1-hour length video through Google Drive. In the video, we focused on moderation-related action and developed a codebook. Each video was reviewed by 2 researchers separately to identify the timestamps for each code. Then 2 researchers discussed their results to achieve consistency. Before the interview, we asked the participants to open the recorded video on their side, and we also opened the recorded video on our side. In the interview, we asked them to take a look at the video with questions for each timestamp. We imported all transcriptions into Atlas TI Cloud for collaborative coding and conducted a semantic analysis. We found that mods mainly collected 3 types of evidence. According to our observation of mods activities, they conducted the evidence collection in a very specific sequence. The first type of evidence is the action evidence. Action evidence refers to information that reflects the online behaviors like the message violation. Ownership evidence refers to the information that reflects the identity or source of the violator. It consisted of offensive usernames and throwaways accounts, username position, badges, channel status like following date and subscription status, and account status like account age. Sequential evidence refers to information that indicates the sequence of the act, like chat messages with timestamps. Mods reported scrutinizing a user's message history to to gain context of of a specific situation or user, to identify the behavior pattern, and to review moderation history with timestamps. There are five ways to collect those evidence. Um, Documenting. A few mods stated that they shared a spreadsheet containing violators' information with notes in the moderation team. They also did a cross-channel documenting, which meant several channels individually documented the violators and shared with the other channels. Co-experiencing with viewers as inference. Some mods reported that they were viewers and watched other channels that streamed similar content to their moderated channel. Similar streaming content attracted similar types of viewers. Thus, they knew the background and the action of violators in other channels. Collaborating with moderation teams across channels, many mods also reported that they collaborated with other mods in either the team of the channel or teams across channels in many three ways: asking other mods' opinions within the channel, cross-channel log check, and multiple channel moderation. Gain knowledge from users by staying in the community for a long time. Some mods stated that they had been in similar communities for a long time and recognized the viewers through frequent seeing. Relying on moderation tools, most mods applied various bots in addition to the auto mod offered by Twitch to facilitate the moderation process. Those tools allow mods to collect various types of evidence, such as account age, channel status, and message history in the channel. There are five types of violators. Violators performing malicious mischief. Several mods reported a type of violator who randomly came into a channel to cause trouble and intended to disrupt the community. Attention and reaction seekers. Many mods mentioned that a type of violator was the attention and reaction seeker. Unlike violators performing malicious mischief, these attention seekers did not initially try to cause trouble. They competed for recognition, mainly through sarcasm, troll, and for popularity through self-promotion. Immature juvenile mods tended to have a strong tolerance for juveniles' violation and would like to communicate and help them. Repeated offender with contributive participation, those violators are considered nice criminals because they accepted the mistakes they made and the sections that they were given, with no intention to leave the communities. Aggressive and hostile attackers. This type of violator could be easily triggered and start harassing or attacking others. In some cases, if mods understood the violators' personalities and their intentions, they might allow it. So, in live streaming communities, the limited information on a user's profile and the challenges of acquiring other information require mods to seek other methods to collect the evidence beyond the user's profile and across different microcommunities and different platforms. Profiling improved mods' understanding of violators, and they engaged in complex practices of evidence collection and documentation to create those profiles. So it allows mods to distinguish the bad actors from the bad act. The complex behaviors for each type of violator indicate that the same standards of punishment to these violators are considered unfair and unjust. Accordingly, section after profiling could potentially increase the perceived fairness and justice in these spaces. Generally, instead of sectioning violators, laws prefer to go the extra mile to integrate the violators into the communities. Though they had to section some violators, the profiling led to different section decisions. Thanks for your attention.